G'day guys, hope you're well. This is our last video for the course. So this one ties together a whole bunch of things because you'll remember at the very beginning we talked about that hub and spoke model where your website's in the middle and then all the spokes of the wheel are the different platforms that feed into your website. Even your neighbors who might refer people to you, people will still go to your website. So that's the hub of the model and then all the spokes are the things. So today, we're going to talk about content. Now, that is a big, big issue because we find in our business that quite often people don't have enough time, don't know what to post, don't know what to create, don't really know how to use the platforms to drive people into those to become website visitors and learn about your business and then become a client. So this is really important. Now, with this video, it's going to take a while, so make sure if you want to speed it up or watch it in 2 sections, that's fine. The important thing is that I want you to listen and then have a think about how it applies to you, okay? Because you might agree, disagree, it might make you think about stuff. I want you to then think about that and ask questions. A big part of how we've put this course together is that we really want you to engage with us and ask us questions about how this applies to you, because we, as a collective people, my consultancy, we're across lots and lots of businesses, so we can look at trends, look at what's working for other people and apply that knowledge to you. Sometimes we might see a business go, oh, maybe they could use that model over there. So think about the stuff and start doing the stuff. I really hope that with the previous lessons, you've started doing the stuff. And whilst you're part of this, the group where this is, you can reach out and ask, about all that previous stuff as well. But today is content. So I am a content marketer at heart, okay? This course is content marketing as well. It produces content that extends our brand and gets you to know, like, and trust myself and therefore my business. So content marketing is a big thing. What is content? It's video, it's written stuff, it's podcasts, it's blog posts, it's emails, Facebook posts. All that stuff is content that tells a story about your business. It's really important that you realize that in this day and age, we don't grab the yellow pages to find a provider or a solution. We use the internet, and content provision is how we brand ourselves and get people talking about ourselves. So I'm going to start working through these slides, guys. It's about 4 slides today, and then at the end I'll probably talk a bit more generally about what this course means for you. So point 1 there is it's incredibly important to realize that content is crucial for today's marketing world. People talk about Facebook, LinkedIn, Google My Business, your website, whatever. They all need content, okay? They're not billboards, but they need content. Step 1, which is point 2, can you learn from best on planet? Let's say, for example, the guy over the back fence who's a plumber says to me, hey, Corey, I really want to grow my business. I don't know what to do with Facebook and Instagram. What should I do? I would say to him, hey, go and spend a day to find the best plumber on the planet in terms of content marketing, Facebook, Instagram, Google My Business, potentially for a plumber. Find that business. Go and find them. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then we'll come back and discover who'd you find, what are they doing, how are they engaging with people, what are they posting, how often are they posting, are they using video, are they using images, are they doing content curation where they put articles up and put some tips on there, are they asking questions, using polls, what are they doing? As the great Tony Robbins has said for many years now, success leaves clues. So we can learn from people. If you want to become a great basketball player, you can learn from basketball players who've made it. What do they do? What can I learn? What can I adapt? So that's a really important point. Find somebody in your niche who's doing it really well, or another type of business, and think, how can I apply that to me? Okay, that's how we play this game. The next point there is step 2, what has worked so far for your business? What have you done in the past that's worked? What's not worked? So when we start with people, often we'll say, hey, post something every single day for a month. Goodbye, see you in a month's time. Then we will review that and see what was working, what wasn't working. Now, today, with Facebook, it seems that comments are the thing that drives your post further and further. So we would look back at their posts and say, which one's got the most comments? What style of post was that? Can we do more of that? Can we use that post that went well and extend that into a Google My Business post Or can we use that and extend it even further into a big blog article for our website to draw people to our website using the magic of SEO? So have a think about that. What has worked so far for you? Now, next slide. This first point is crucial. When social media started and everybody saw every post you put up, people would use it like a billboard. Okay, we have this thing for sale, please come and buy this thing. Okay, that does not work. Okay, we all know that now. You probably know it as well. Social media, it can work on Instagram for some types of things, like, hey, look at this great shoe I'm selling, swipe up, hit the link, buy the shoe. It can work for some particular product related businesses, but for business to business, for professional services, for most businesses, you don't want to use your platforms as selling platforms. It just does not work. Okay, we know that from feedback. We know that from other businesses we watch. It just does not work. So don't straight out sell. Okay, you want to build a reputation. So point 2 says build your reputation so that others sell for you. So that section of that line is something I truly, truly love. Now, the ultimate goal for me as a marketer is to have somebody else selling your business for you. So somebody says, hey, John, do you know of a great Sparky? Yeah, use this guy, he's the best. That's the ultimate goal of marketing. So we can do that with content. You know, like most people aren't on Facebook. This is the next point down. Most people aren't on Facebook or Instagram or whatever to go and buy something. Okay, they're bored with their day. They're looking for a break. They're looking to connect with some people. They're not actually there to buy stuff. So a small percentage are, but the vast majority are not. Okay, so what we can do is we can educate them about what we do, we can entertain them, we can teach them stuff, realize why they're there, and also which platform are you on and what language is that person using, what mode are they in. So what that means is people who follow my stuff on LinkedIn are probably at work in business mode when they read that stuff, which is quite different to 9 p.m. at night on Facebook when they've just put the kids to bed and want to catch up on stuff and might need some light humor. Okay, so be aware that people on social media aren't in buying mode, and you need to create stuff which is useful, helpful, whatever, engaging, gets comments, gets people talking, gets people referring people, rather than just selling. Okay, so it's a really important point. We audit lots of people's pages when we start with them, and quite often there's 2 things that we often notice when people aren't playing the game very well with their content. Thing 1 is doing nothing. Okay, doing nothing never works. You know, when we say to people, do your 30 days of posting, that's simply so we can find out what the market actually wants. We think we know what they want, but let's find out from the humans what they want. And the second thing that we notice is people just outright selling on their page. It's just never going to work. You'll see your reach for your posts is terrible when you straight out sell. So just don't do it. Okay. If you're a plumber, teach people how to change a washer. A plumber might say, but then why would they need me? Well, they're not going to go and do it themselves. They're still going to hire you, but it'll be an interesting video to watch. Hey, check out how bad this washer was. You know, I'd watch that because it's quite interesting. Or if you're a mechanic, you know, teach people how to check their tires for wear and tear. Or, you know, does this damage on the windscreen need a replacement or not? And they might tag a friend and say, hey, did you see that? You're not going to just say, hey, here's my Warren Fitness service and my servicing fee. You know, that just won't work. So realize why people are on that platform and match your content with that. Okay, this video really is here just to make you think. Okay, I don't know the solution for you. I can do when I coach people. I sit down with a blank sheet of paper and I imagine that I am that person's customer, and I very quickly come up with content ideas for that business. I do that better than anybody. That's the only thing I do really, really well in this game is come up with awesome content ideas quickly for people, because I don't think like the business owner. I think like a customer, and I think, what would I like to learn from that person, and would I look at that stuff on social media, or would I read that blog post, etc. But the point of this video is to get you thinking that way. Okay, it's amazing how much knowledge you know. It's amazing what you deal with every single day that people would find interesting, but you don't think it's interesting because you deal with it every single day. Okay, so think about this stuff deeply and what you can produce. Now, the next slide. This is more some quick ideas, I guess. So point one, write useful how-tos. Okay, so how to do this thing. Google and YouTube tell us that how to whatever's are a phenomenally well supported search. So lots of people go to YouTube and Google to figure out how to do stuff. So what can you write that is along those lines? Like I said before, if you're a mechanic, how to change your oil filter. Just basic little how-tos that teach people stuff. The bike shop, how to change a flat. How to adjust your gears if it's clinking a little bit, how to clean your bike after a ride, how to know what PSI you should have your tyres at, how to ensure your helmet is fitting correctly so you don't die, that sort of stuff. So how-tos are phenomenally useful, and as an expert in your field, won't take you long to produce. A couple of dot points, away you go. Point two on the slide is checklists and advice. So I love these ones. It's about giving people information that they might then share with other people. They might then keep and refer to later. Checklists, for example. Let's say you are pick any business. You could put out a monthly checklist. We've got a guy who runs an IT business in our client list. Every month, what he should do is a checklist. Hey, have you checked these things this month? Check your memory upgrades, check your firewall is working, have you looked at your email list, blah, blah, blah. Here's a checklist of things you can do. And people like that stuff because it's useful. There's no selling, but it's got your logo and obviously your details are there. General advice. People on the internet to find stuff out, right? That's what they're there for half the time. They want to find things out. How can you be that person who teaches them stuff? With our business, we've built our whole business essentially off of advice. So people come to our free Facebook group and eventually they go, oh, these guys know their stuff. They seem pretty genuine. They don't seem to be a snake oil salesman or some dodgy marketer from some country we've never heard of. So they reach out and say, oh, I need some help with this. And we go, yeah, we can do that. The next point is short videos, just super short videos. If you're scared of doing a video face to face, you've got the phone, you're going to do a video face to face, and that really gives you the willies. Thing one is just do it. No one really cares. No one's keeping score. The more you do, the better you'll get. But you've also got the option of using your phone to video something of interest. So, and then talk about it. You're the talking voice, but you're not actually on video. So that can work really well. You could be filming something, talking about it, describing it, and that short video can sit on your phone. You can upload it to Facebook, LinkedIn. You can upload it to Google My Business. So you can chuck it on your website, whatever. YouTube. There's all these places you can use that stuff. So if you're a business that's interested in technical, do lots of that because people find it interesting, and you just never know which one's going to really take off and become huge. Okay. Now I think this is our last slide. Just double checking it is. So 3 more points, okay, in the content machine lesson. Hopefully you're thinking by now, how can I produce content? If I said to you, you've got 5 minutes every day, 9 o'clock until 9:05 a.m., you must produce content, that would be a great time investment for your business. So think about all this stuff. Could I do that in 5 minutes? You probably could. First point here, discussion starters. So we talked to a client, we did an in-house training for a client recently, and she said a great thing. She said, so basically what you're trying to do, Corey, is start a dialogue. I said, yes, that's exactly what we're trying to do with Facebook at the moment, is get a discussion going so people start to talk, and that pushes it out there for more and more people. How can you start a discussion on your Facebook page? It's a great way at the moment. It's working really, really well. The next point is the ultimate guide idea. I love this idea. Excuse the dog barking in the background, but I'm going to keep shooting. The ultimate guide idea is something that we use often. Now, this is how you would think of it. We have a client who's got a hotel in Taupo, down in the middle of the North Island Museum. So quite often people would chuck into Google, what's on in Taupo, or what to do in Taupo. So she could start preparing a Google document, that's all, the whole bunch of things on in the year. So people have got a schedule of what's on in the year in Taupo, and then she could craft that into a blog post. Now, eventually that's going to get traction. She can add more content to it, pictures, videos, whatever, and people will find that guide and be drawn to her website because obviously they're looking at that article because they're coming to that town. So the ultimate guide is something we often With our base package with people, we work on this in month number 2. We look at the business, we start some things going, and we say, look, what is an article we could prepare that will drive people to your website? We can use chunks of it for other places, like for Google, for Facebook and LinkedIn. Real estate agent. Let's say you are a real estate agent for Papamoa, just down the road from me. You will produce the ultimate buyer's guide to Papamoa, which would have the schools, the recent sales, the events, blah, 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 because over time, that will become an article that gets picked up by Google. We've done it ourselves for the Google 3-pack, and we rank very well still for that article. We upgrade it once in a while with some more information, but how can you apply that to you? Even if you're a mechanic, the ultimate guide to servicing your car at home sounds counterintuitive, but it will drive people to your website, which will help your Google My Business listing, which will get people to your site and they'll become customers. The ultimate guide idea is great. It works, but it takes work. It involves a bit of bum on chair and work to do and then edit and get on your site, but it is so worthwhile. I can come up with these ideas for you if you ask me in the group. So I love the idea of the ultimate guide. It's never failed when done properly. Last point is support others and grow your network. With your page, your things, align yourself with people who are looking at the same customers but don't compete with you. How can you help each other? Can you support their pages? Can you comment on their pages? Can you help their discussions get going? Can you cross promote each other? There's lots of ways you can do that. You might have a mechanic business who's next door to a tire business, and you might be able to give away a voucher or something. So think about how you can leverage other people's tribes as well, because that can be a really good shortcut to success in this content game. Right, that's a really long video. Hopefully it's got you thinking, and what I want you to do now is apply it to your business and ask us questions because we would love to help you. Okay, thank you. We will talk again soon. Bye for now.